You think going no contact is enough to make her miss you. But let me tell you something most men never realize: no contact doesn't always crush her ego. In fact, sometimes she's sitting there, feeling more powerful than ever, because she thinks you're the one who couldn't handle her. You stopped texting, you walked away, but deep down she's smiling because she believes you did it to get her attention. So today, I'm going to expose the truth behind the no contact rule and tell you exactly what you need to do to truly crush her ego, shift the power dynamic, and make her regret ever underestimating you. Stay with me till the end, because what I'm about to share with you goes far beyond silence. This is psychological warfare, and once you master it, she'll never look at you the same way again. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sadia Khan, and here we decode female psychology, relationships, and the unspoken truths women will never admit, but always act on. Today's topic is powerful. No contact is no enough duties to truly crush her ego. Because yes, no contact can make her think, it can make her curious, but to really make her ego collapse, to make her feel that she lost someone truly valuable, there's a deeper layer of psychology you must understand. Let's break it down. Let's start with what most men don't get. When a woman's ego is inflated, especially after a breakup or when she pulls away, she's operating from a mindset of superiority. She tells herself, "He'll come back. He can't replace me." He's too emotionally attached. This belief gives her control. It feeds her ego. And ironically, even when you go no contact, she still uses that silence to reinforce her illusion. She'll tell herself, "He's trying to make me miss him. He's playing games because he's hurt." So, the no contact itself doesn't destroy her ego, because in her mind, she still thinks you're reacting to her. Here's where male psychology often fails. You think silence alone equals strength, but silence without self-transformation is just waiting. And she can sense that. If you're still watching her stories, if you're still secretly checking her page, if you still have that energy of, "I hope she misses me," she feels it. Women are emotional empaths. They pick up on your frequency without you even saying a word. So even though you're not contacting her, she knows you're still mentally hooked. And guess what? That doesn't crush her ego, it feeds it. Let's break the illusion. No contact is not a weapon if you're still emotionally reacting in silence. If you walk away, but your entire mindset is still orbiting around her, you haven't actually left. She still holds the power. Not because she's superior, but because she lives rent-free in your thoughts. Here's what happens in most cases. You go no contact, and for the first few weeks, she's a little confused. Maybe she checks your page, maybe she wonders. But when she realizes you're still posting sad quotes, liking her old pictures, or acting off, she gets validation. Her ego whispers, "He misses me. I was right." That's when your silence loses its meaning. No contact is effective only when it's backed by internal detachment and external transformation. You must understand, her ego doesn't crumble from absence. It crumbles when your energy changes. When she finally realizes you've leveled up, you're emotionally indifferent, you're thriving instead of waiting. That's when her entire perception of you begins to collapse. So, no contact alone. Not enough. You need to pair it with what I call the ego reversal effect. Here's where real psychology comes in. The ego reversal effect is simple. You make her feel the emotional contrast between who she thought you were and who you've now become. Let me explain. When she left, or when she pulled away, she had a mental image of you, maybe needy, maybe chasing, maybe emotional. That image feeds her sense of superiority. But when your actions no longer match that image, when your energy becomes calm, confident, and detached, her ego doesn't know how to process it. That's when confusion hits, because the man she thought she had power over no longer exists. And that, my friend, is when her ego begins to crumble. So, how do you trigger the ego reversal effect? Here's the step-by-step process. Step one, teen, disappear, but for real this time, not just physically, emotionally. Stop watching her, stop tracking her, stop imagining her reactions. Go ghost, not to manipulate her, but to liberate yourself. When she realizes your silence isn't a tactic, but a reflection of true peace, it hits differently. That's when her mind starts racing. Wait, did he move on? Why isn't he reacting? Did I really lose him? That mental confusion is the beginning of ego death. Step two, rebuild your image. Every breakup gives you two paths: collapse or evolve. If you choose to evolve, improve your style, your body, your career, your circle, you become unrecognizable. She can't fit this new version of you into her old narrative. She starts to think, he's actually happier. He looks more confident. Did I really mean that little to him? And that's when the ego burn begins. Step three, stay silent but visible. Notice, I didn't say reach out, but don't completely vanish from the world either. Show subtle signs of growth through your actions, not through posts meant to impress her, but through authentic energy. People talk, photos spread. She'll see or hear about your progress indirectly. And that's what hits harder than any message you could send. Because now she's the one observing you, not the other way around. Step forcing, replace her mentally. Here's the part most men skip. To crush her ego, you must replace the mental habit of thinking about her. Start feeding your mind new sources of reward: fitness, learning, social growth, purpose. Every time your brain drifts toward her, redirect that energy into progress. Over time, you'll stop reacting emotionally to her memory. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop caring is the moment she feels it. She senses the loss of emotional power. That's when the ego shatters. Because nothing destroys a woman's ego faster than realizing the man who once wanted her now doesn't even think of her. Step 5, a reappear in power. Now, this is the final phase. Not something you plan, but something that happens naturally. One day she'll see you, maybe through mutual friends, maybe online, and you'll be different, not bitter, not reactive, just powerful, calm, and self-assured. She'll feel that shift instantly, because women can always sense when a man is centered in himself. That's when she starts questioning her choices. That's when regret creeps in. That's when she realizes she lost a man who transformed instead of chasing. And that is what truly crushes her ego. Let's take this deeper. You're not trying to crush her because of revenge. You're doing it to reclaim your masculine polarity, the energy of self-respect, purpose, and emotional control. Because when you lose that energy, you become dependent on external validation. You start measuring your worth through how she reacts. But when you reclaim it, everything changes. Here's how to truly regain your power. A. Stop chasing closure. You don't need her apology, her explanation, or her approval. The real closure is acceptance. You're not trying to prove your worth. You're living it. The moment you stop needing anything from her, your power returns. B. Master your silence. Silence is not just not texting her. It's emotional discipline. It's the ability to feel a wave of sadness or nostalgia and still stay centered. Women test men's emotional control. If she sees you can't be moved, her respect returns before her affection does. Because emotional control equals power. C. Embody self-improvement, not self-distraction. Many men pretend to move on. They hit the gym, post selfies, but deep down, it's performative. That's not power. That's insecurity in disguise. True improvement is quiet. It's unseen. You're working because you respect yourself, not because you're trying to show her. And ironically, that's exactly what gets noticed the most. D. Led your life again. When she met you, what drew her in wasn't just looks. It was your direction, your drive, your sense of identity. somewhere along the line that got lost in emotional chaos. Now you rebuild it. Make your life your main mission again. When you lead your own journey, you automatically stop orbiting hers. And that's when her ego dies, because you no longer exist in her shadow. Listen, the truth is, no contact is just a tool, but transformation, that's the weapon. You don't crush her ego by punishing her. You crush it by evolving so powerfully that she realizes she can't access you anymore. That's the ultimate revenge. Not anger, not games, but indifference born from growth. Remember this: the man who changes his energy changes his entire story. When she finally sees that the version of you she once rejected has evolved into someone she can't reach, her ego won't just be bruised, it'll be broken. So don't focus on getting her back. Focus on getting yourself back. Because when you become the unshakable man, confident, calm, and self-led, every woman who ever took you for granted will feel the loss. That's how you truly win. That's how you crush her ego without saying a single word. If this video helped you understand female psychology on a deeper level, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share this with a man who needs to hear it today. Remember, you are the prize. Stay focused, stay silent, and always choose yourself first.